thank you very much, everyone watching us. Welcome back to the podcast, Youth Expressions. We are ready once again with the team, looking refreshed, and I'm sure they have a lot to share. Well, from where we left off, we were talking about the roles and other parts and responsibilities that young people can take beyond just going to register. It's interesting, when we talk about youths, we always say, Hambaninde register, go and vote, and I'm no voter, and I'm no register, Hambaninde register. But we do not talk about the other things that they can do. Maybe we can start off with the gentleman. He has been very polite, letting the ladies speak first. Tell us, what else can young people do besides that, just registering? And are you encouraging them to take other roles, just other roles that are not necessarily just voting? Okay, now Musa register, he has gone on to register. Then what next? Just sit down and wait to vote?
Most register to vote, I think umuntu okhangelele ukuthi you want to represent your ward or your constituents. Try to make something ezakwenza lawo ube marketable to the people, ukuthi bebona ama good things about you, ukuthi when it comes to time election our struggle uba yi-candidate lokuthi uvotele abantu abebonile imisebenzi yakhe emihle as a young people.
This question, I want to extend it to the ladies also. One of the things that we have observed is that in the ongoing, Zesni observed that those who turned up during the by-elections or even the ongoing by-elections were predominantly women, followed by the elderly. Where are the young men? No, I mean him. I mean, the young men.
As young people or some of the young people are interested in general elections. So into zama by election kuba nzima ukubona sometimes the outcome yama results amanda i-turnout ephumayo isiya kuma by election abantu abalutshwana compared to i-difference eyenzakale isikhathi sama general elections. So young people are interested mostly in general elections.
Okay, can I answer that one? I'll answer in my mother's language. Young men wakagara pamigero wachimwa, they use drugs, so that's where they will be at. They don't care about anything. They care about waking up and be in the streets and just use drugs. That's where most young men are.
Most young men are busy drinking, using drugs. I'm not sure if my young man over there is drinking or high. But well,
I said most.
Most young people are preoccupied with other things that may not be constructive, that is leading them to have less participation in the electoral processes. As we continue, I want to hear more on other participation means or other participation means that the young people can do. What else can a young person do besides just register to vote? I want to hear from any of the ladies first.
Okay, can I go first? I think what they can do, ama young people, ukuthi laphana nxa su-register ukuvota and so kusiya ukuthi wena ucabanga ukuthi ufuna ukuvotelwa or ufuna ukuvotelwa omunye umuntu. So nxa ungumuntu lona ofuna ukuvotelwa, like my brother said, so kumele uqale lawe phela ukubonakala kubozibuthe udidizela yende ezimfeni ukuthi abantu bebekwazi about you ukuthi wena ungubani, lokuthi i-brand yakho ngeyani, lokuthi what are you going to do for that community, ukuthi uqale uzu-advertise ukuthi laphana nxa sokufika i-voting isikhathi sokuvota nxa sesifikile bathi hayi unoma siyamazi sibili sambona ku-crowd esenza this and that. So it would mean ukuthi i-crowd yami izangivotela, they know me, sebekwazi ukuthi mina ngicapable of doing what, sebekwazi ukuthi ngingangena into power. What is it that I'm going to do for them in that particular community? I think roughly that's what should be done.
All right. I think you can also be a voter educator if you're a young person. You can also be an observer according to which party you are part of, besides being voted, voting and wanting to be voted in?
From the three of us, from how many of you have been observers or have participated in the actual polling stations? Just to, I'm just taking a small survey. Phakathi kwethu lapha bangaka abake baba ngama observers. Kumbowa ngoba phakathi kwe polling station.
I've never been a
You've not been a polling station? Never been an observer?
I've been there, but I've never been an observer.
You voted?
Yes, I have voted.
You have been a candidate before?
No, I've never been a candidate.
Have you monitored elections?
No, I've never.
So far you've ticked how many boxes? You have campaigned, you've mobilized people, right?
Yeah, we've mobilized people.
You have also, what else have you done? You've registered to vote?
Yes.
You've ticked 2. So how many are left?
2, 3.
You have not been you've not monitored elections?
Yes.
You've not been an observer? You have not been a candidate?
Yeah.
Do you know how old the youngest president is right now in the world? He's from Chile.
How old?
He's 35 years old.
Wow.
The youngest president. I'm just sharing to show that young people can
also do
President.
I'm not sure if the country yet permits someone who's 35 years old. I think here it's 40 years old in Zimbabwe. I'm not sure if young people want to go out and also advocate or lobby for younger people to be. But so long as young people are not involved in these processes, the likelihood of having a 35-year-old president is quite low. I think in Finland we have a lady who was recently trending. The president of Finland was trending, and she had a quite exciting video online. She's a president, I think 34 years old also. She should be in that range, 34 or 35. Very young lady president. So just to follow up on that, we have realized that in the previous elections in Zimbabwe, the presiding officers are mostly men, with a few women assuming these posts. What are your thoughts on these observations? This is specifically to you, young women. Why are they young women? Why don't we have young women taking up these posts?
When you feel inferior to somebody, like a lot of women, they have got insecurity issues. And besides insecurity issues, we have got bread and butter issues. We have got a lot of chores that we have to do at home. So sometimes some things, they don't seem important to us because we are more homemakers than...
I like what you're saying. You're saying you're more homemakers, but Zimbabwe is a home. I think you can make it a better place.
Yeah, true.
I think so saying it was a confidence, support from fellow women. At times, we are very interested to be in that sphere. But when it comes to having a support from other people, confidence is low. So that's why we want to take such positions. Like she said, there's unpaid care work. Women have to fetch water, take care of the sick. Women must will be busy with that because with the elderly, children. So what as I figure in such stages, it takes time because Baba is busy most of the times.
Ngizacela siconclude ngobaba esilayo lapha our young men. I'm sorry for putting you on the spotlight. Wena nxa ukhangele ubone ngathi omama yini indaba bebalutshwane who are taking up these roles such as presiding officers during elections or being candidates. Why are we seeing less women, both the elderly women and young women, being involved in the electoral processes? What does it have to do, or what is the cause or the root of that problem?
Because sometimes that is my song over sifuna ukuba phansi kwabo mama. Into yonke la esifuna ukuthi sihlale siphezulu sengobaba kuzwakala ivoice yethu mama belandela ngemuva kwethu.
Yeah, that is yeah.
This is your genuine.
That's honest. That's
So ubaba thina asifuni into mama asifuni ukuba ngaphansi kwabo mama. Can we change that culture? Do you think that culture can be changed, or is it changing? Because I'm seeing 2 women here who are amazing campaigners, amazing and innovative ways of reaching out to the community and women. Just to follow up, how many women do you think you reached out to?
I want to be honest, I reached out to 12.
12 directly.
Yes.
12. But I'm sure they reached out to more women.
Yeah. I just want to add, I want to say that you asked Uti, can this culture be changed? And I'm thinking, campaigning needs time. It means that you're going to be far away from your kids because you need to be on the ground. You need to convince people to vote for you. It's a lot that is needed. Like when you're comparing to men, and it's going to take years. Yes, it's possible, but it takes time for us to be more cultured to what is needed for me to be an MP, because you have to be always on the ground with the people that you want to vote for you.
I want to just, as we conclude, now, okay, I'm seeing the part of being a candidate, and then I'm seeing the part of being a voter. What about the staff at polling stations? It's predominantly men in some of the areas. How can we improve that particular section? Why am I voting? The candidates voting. What is your perspective as a young woman?
I think 3/4 of the population ngomama la youth. I think mawungaba le quota system ku-act yezek ukuthi nxa sisikuma polling station at least kube labo mama abangaka kumbe ama-youth amangaka yikho okungayenza kube le-change ngakhona ukuthi kuhlale ku-fixed ukuthi laba at least singashare yonke into kube le-balance nje kungaba ngcono ukuthi nxa siku-polling station at least abantu abazakhangela lokho kuzaba ngomama umuntu ongumama lo ongubaba lo onguyouth we share equally and they will rotate.
Okay. I wanted to ask something. How do you become an observer? How do you get to counter my votes? I think it's something that a lot of women, they don't know. Are you going to apply for that? Are you supposed to be in a certain party to be able to be an observer? Yes, I think that's the information that needs to be.
You're saying that information is not known.
Yes,
the networks that are responsible for electoral observation and monitoring, you do not know those ones. I think that's a good suggestion or response that I'm sure we've got a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
So what we want to make sure is that is known.
Yes, it should.
Both to ZEC, ZESNI, ERC, and all the other networks and organizations working in the Zimbabwe electoral processes. I'm not sure if there's anything else you want to add as we conclude.
I just wanted to agree with you. Abantu babengakwazi ukuqonda ngapho khamba kubani to apply to be an observer. You find out what people are interested, but they've got no access to information. Everything's ukuqonda lapha. Bazafika phana bakuncede. And at times futhi us in political parties abalitayo political party ngoba it's men. Abafazi they are here and there, but it's most men babaleta into zonizana. So it's obvious ukuthi bazasifaka bona ezintweni babe yibo futhi aba-observe kube yibo abenza like everything.
I think it's a good challenge that you're placing out. We have independent CSOs, we have NGOs that also participate in electoral observation. We have political parties that also send their own representation at the actual polling stations. We also have churches that are also participating in electoral observation. To all these stakeholders, we are saying, let us have more women being involved. We are saying, let us have more women being part of this process beyond just being a candidate and beyond just being a voter. So I think as we conclude this session, we are hoping to get more of your insights. Thank you to our panel and thank you to those who are listening. I'm hoping that we meet once again as we do our last session. Thank you very much.